What's up, guys? Ryan with Jet Patrol. It's been 9 days since I've released a video, and we all need a break sometimes. So I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving here in the States and whatever other holidays you got around the world. Hope you guys are doing well. Now it's time to get back to it. I've been doing a lot of 3D printing, and I will show you more of that in an upcoming video. But right now, we got some 6-scale news, and some good and some bad and some questions and some InArt something, if you know by the title. We're not talking about InArt today. I just threw that up there because I made a funny post in the Facebook group. Anyways, we're going to talk about Iron Man Mark 6 quarter scale and whether or not it's worth picking up. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we already have the 6 scale coming with the gantry. We're going to look at that, and I don't know. I will say this. I almost picked up the recent, I guess it was the Mark 4 with the gantry, and I was this close to picking that up, and then I decided, like, for the size of it and for the cost of it, I would probably rather buy Queen Studios 1/3 scale. Obviously, it would be more, but the Queen Studios 1/3 scale Iron Man statues are insane, and they're doing half scale. Anyways, maybe that leads you to where I might end up with this. But the Mark 6 quarter scale from Iron Man 2 does look quite, it looks quite fantastic. It really does. I mean, we got a cool head sculpt. We've got and it's plastic. It's not die cast, so keep that in mind. If you've never owned a quarter scale Iron Man, they're plastic. But this one looks quite fantastic. If you're into that kind of thing, if you've got the space, if you're just the die-hard must-have everything iron plastic, then you should get this. I think it's cool. It's not, I don't think it's terribly priced for what it is. I mean, it's tall. It's like 18 or so inches tall. The battle damage paint applications look great in photos, but sometimes on plastic, the battle damage, when it's heavily battle damaged like this, sometimes, let me back up, sometimes it doesn't translate. Sometimes it just doesn't translate, and I hope that's not the case here. But we're gonna get pretty cool head sculpt, rolling eyeballs on a quarter scale. That's pretty cool. I recently did not get the quarter scale FET, and I don't recall exactly if it had rolling eyes. Maybe you guys in the comment section can let me know. I didn't look that up before making this video, but I think it's a cool feature for this. I'm not sure if anybody would use the head. Again, on Iron Man, I think I have 2 that currently have head sculpts on them. The Battle Damage 85, and then the maybe Civil War version I might have a head sculpt on, but that's about it. Everyone else is helmeted, ready to rock and roll and fight and do all the things. But this head sculpt looks fantastic, and I have no doubt in Hot Toys' ability to put a quarter scale head sculpt out that is pinnacle of pinnacle when it comes to sculpts. I think they do a fantastic job, and the fact that it's got rolling eyeballs is just a cool feature. I don't use that feature all that much. Some people do, some people don't. I'm the ones that don't. But, I mean, look at this. Are you gonna use this awesome helmet? Of course, then they got the battle damage version. Are you gonna use the head sculpt? But we got clean version of all kinds of switch out armors, and everybody knows the Mark 6. It's beautiful. It's one of the most badass armors that he used. You can see some of the light up functions going on in the inside here. We got the blue LEDs going on in like the chest section and arm, and then down here on the calf, you got that stuff going on as well. So a lot of cool light up features. Dig those. And then you can always switch out parts. This is a weird photo for proportion's sake. It just looks super skinny right here. It's just the angle of where they've got everything lit up. But the battle damage parts on the thigh, I mean, that's pretty cool. The switch out plates here, and then the switch out chest plate and shoulder plate. I mean, we've all seen battle damage stuff from Iron Man figures before, and they typically do a pretty awesome job. But I have a little bit of concern about the delivery of detail on this particular piece. Not because I think it's bad. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like, right? And it looks, sometimes they can come in a little toy-like on the battle damage. And I'm thinking of, what am I thinking of? Not the Mark 7, because that one's beautiful, but even the battle damage Mark 85, like the level of detail that we saw, like the promo photos for the battle damage 85 when it, years ago when it was announced, versus what we got on delivery, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as crisp and it wasn't as defined as I particularly expected. So that's kind of where my hesitation is coming on with the larger panels. The helmet, I have no doubt they can do it. The chest plate and the shoulder armors, they're switch outs. They're easy. And you're going to get this large diorama base, which, you know, that's cool. It's smaller than the previous, obviously, like the gantry. So we got that going on. And I guess the question on the table's got to be, should you get this one if maybe you've already pre-ordered the Mark 6 with the gantry, or maybe you haven't. I think I've got a photo in here, the 6 scale one. The 6 scale or the quarter scale. I'm leaning towards the 6 scale, which is kind of crazy because the 6 scale version with the gantry is more expensive than this quarter scale piece, which just has no die cast. So, you know, I don't know. This one's got a lot of cool parts though. I'm interested to see it in person when it actually releases, but I know that I probably won't get it. Because at this scale, I think I would prefer to have a statue. As good as that head sculpt is pretty damn good. It really is. That's cool. And that's cool. Although even the laser effects they've got on 6 scale, when you make them quarter scale, they look even more toy-like. So there's no way in hell I'd use that anyways. But all the little pop-out panels for all the weapons, and I think that's pretty cool. But again, you know, I don't know. So if you want this version, it's $640 US for this guy. And then you've got this for the quarter scale. And then if you jumped over to the 6 scale, with the gantry, okay, now you get battle damage parts. You don't get like the battle damage thigh parts, and there's some light up features you don't get. But arguably, this one looks better, in my opinion. This one looks a little better, looks a little cleaner, looks a little more, you know, I don't know. But the set with the gantry is $655 US, and of course it's waitlisted, I think, at your favorite California store. But for the money, this to me would look better on the shelf in 6 scale with the gantry than it would with the quarter scale by itself. So you let me know your thoughts on that. That's my thoughts. So I'm gonna go with the 6 scale version myself because I just don't need any more quarter. If I was gonna do a quarter scale, I would have got the last vet. I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm not gonna say it's good or bad. You do have a totally different head sculpt. So you get the smirk with the 6 scale version, and you get the newer, younger one from the other one, because it's 2 different movies. This one's from Avengers, and the other one's from Iron Man 2. So he was, you know, younger, older. But did he get that much older? He got more of a smart ass, but you know, which one do you like? I think Hot Toys, if they did this particular sculpt in quarter scale, it would be amazing. I still wouldn't buy it, but I think it'd be amazing. Moving on, 6 scale news. Word on the street. I've seen many gazillions of posts that the Batman stuff is starting to shipping, including the Bat Cycle, and then obviously the Batman and the Bat Signal. So depending on which set you got, if maybe you got it individually or whatever you got, the Batman. So we're going to see that soon, and it's cool. I'm on the fence whether I'm probably gonna get the Batman and Signal and not the bike. My previous experience with Bat Pod was it's cool in theory, but in display, I didn't get the. I don't feel like I got like the bang for the buck on cost for shelf presence. I don't really think I got that. And I have a feeling this bike, as simple as it is and as cool as it is, I don't see the value in it. I may totally change my mind, but that's where I'm at as of the recording of this video. That's my thought process. Is the Bat Signal? I kind of dig that. It's a little diorama set. But if you look at the promo photos for the Bat Cycle, it's a background piece. That's all it is. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? That's kind of where I'm at on that one. And then today's news, Cobb Vanth. Now, I was up at 3 or whatever it was in the morning, saw this, posted a group, and then I went back to sleep, whatever. And I woke up and the internet has gone crazy, blowing it up, saying this is 4 out of 10. However you do the rating system for Hot Toys head sculpts is what it is. I agree, it's not their finest hour, but I'm gonna hold judgment back just a little bit until I actually get it here, and I will be getting mine from Pop Collectibles. So if you want one, check them out. Link in the description below. And so I'll be getting that, and I'll review it, and we'll see what it looks like in person and on some decent lighting and you know how I do things. I think it's going to be just fine. I like that you can take. Whoops, that's not. Yeah, almost threw up in my mouth a little bit there. Sorry. I like that you can take the armor off and you can just have him as a gunslinger without the Fed armor. I think that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna get it regardless. It's one of those things. Is it as bad as people are saying? I don't think so. I don't think so. But if you want one, Pop Collectibles got them. We'll see. Mine will be on the way. We'll review it. And then, for fear of throwing up in my mouth one more time, this thing, X06. I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with you. I don't know who is doing your photography for these things. I have no idea. But fire them and hire somebody else. I don't care who. Just hire somebody else. Hire a soccer mom that just bought her first camera at Costco and is on Facebook groups trying to figure out how to take photos. These photos are not doing you any justice. Oh man. Like I get it if you're a hobbyist, but you're a company trying to sell $200 and $300 figures, and this is bad. This is it saddens me how bad these are. Look at this thing. I just like it's so bad. Oh my god. And I'm having trouble saying, well, I know the photography's bad, no question about that. But it's hurting my perception of the actual figure. And I like Star Trek. Like, I grew up watching Star Trek. I particularly like Next Generation, obviously the original series. But I like Next Generation, that's kind of my jam. But, that being said, it's sad. It's sad. What in the... Like, if you don't know how to do composites, don't. if you don't know how to do and whoever this is doesn't know how to do composite photography. If you don't know how to do it, don't. And I would refer you to Alex Brooks, or BG Toy Art, expert at composites, fantastic, beautiful, and obviously we have all bought many Hot Toys due to the photos that Alex has taken. That dude is freaking amazing. But the lighting here doesn't match the background. The colors don't match. It's not even in focus. It's just, oh boy. Anyways, all I'm saying is X06, find you another photographer. Find somebody. I don't care. I have no idea who this is. Just find it. Just as a shout out to the company. Find somebody else. This is. Oh goodness. Anyways, like this is your product. This is what in the hell, man. These are bad. These are some terrible photos. Oh my god. Oh man. Anyways, as I said earlier in the video, let me back this thing up. I'm not going to talk about InArt because I don't want to. And there's a quarter scale Iron Man, and you should buy it or not buy it. Hell, I don't know. But that's the news for today. We're back. We're rocking and rolling. I do have some unboxings coming. Stay tuned for that. 3D print stuff going on, life-size stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, click what you like. See you next time.